Hey, what is going on, guys? It is Matt, and I have a brand new video for you. And as you can see, I am playing Team Deathmatch on Noshar Canals. And this is something I've been doing a lot recently because, as you guys know, I haven't had the internet for about 2 weeks. So I've had a long break from Battlefield, and I've been trying to play Team Deathmatch to get my kind of accuracy and my reaction speeds back up. So Team Deathmatch is a really great way to kind of slowly ease yourself back into the game again. And I really recommend it if you haven't played Battlefield for a while, or even if it's your first game of the day. Team Deathmatch is a really great way to, to warm back up into the game. And it also, you level up quite quickly and you gain a lot of points quickly. So all round, Team Deathmatch is a really good thing. So I recommend it. Now, in today's video, I want to talk to you guys about PC gaming. Now, I may do more than one video on this, covering different subjects around the subject of PC gaming. Because as a lot of you guys know, the start of this year, I was predominantly a PlayStation 3 player. And for many reasons, including YouTube, I slowly moved across onto PC. And since then, I've had a lot of people ask me, what was it like and how much did it cost you to do that, and what's it like playing with PC players and all that kind of stuff. So in these next few videos, I'm going to try and answer some of those questions. But in this first video, I want to try and answer the question which talks about the cost of PC gaming. Now, I'm not going to go into the ins and outs of hardware and the cost of each individual bit because the cost of individual parts of a computer is so constantly changing. It'd be pointless me kind of talking about it now, because 2 weeks down the line those costs would be irrelevant. So my first piece of advice would be to build your own PC. Now, this is something I did. Now, I'll confess, I did not build it myself. I had a friend of mine who knows a lot more about PCs help me build it. And the first thing I've noticed is when I've mentioned to my friends, oh, I'm going to build a PC, they were kind of like shocked, like, you're going to build a PC? And I think there's this kind of very old way of thinking that if you say you're going to build a PC, some people imagine you sat down at a workbench with a soldering iron and a piece of solder, just there like wiring it together like it's some kind of mad contraption. Now, I learned when I was building mine that building a PC is really as simple as clicking parts into place. And if any of you guys don't have a friend like me who, can show you how to do it, YouTube is a wonderful place, and I've searched myself, and you can 100% build a computer from absolute scratch. By just watching YouTube videos. There are hundreds out there teaching you how to build computers, and it really does save you money. I think if you were to buy a computer with the specs that I bought mine at the same time I bought mine at, it would probably cost you about twice as much, because obviously you've got to pay parts themselves, but also the time it took the company to put it together. You have to pay for the man hours it took them to build it. So cut out the middleman and build a PC yourself. That'll be my first piece of information, or my first recommendation. Now, relatively speaking, PC gaming, of course, is more expensive than console gaming. In this current market, you can buy a PlayStation 3 and an Xbox for as little as 150 quid, and even an Xbox you could probably buy second-hand for less than £100. So, relatively speaking, PC gaming is more expensive than console gaming. But of course, you've got to understand that this generation of consoles are coming to the end of their lifespan now, so they are relatively cheap. And it won't be long before they're replaced, and obviously the next-gen consoles will cost probably £500, £600 again. So the cost between PC gaming and console gaming at the moment is very tipped to one side, but that is only a very short-term kind of thing. PC, like I said, consoles will be updated soon, and the cost of them will obviously rocket. So relatively speaking, PC gaming is more expensive. But then you've got to think, well, what more am I getting out of it? With a console, you are getting a video games console that you can you play video games on, and you can watch movies on, you can do, there's quite a few multimedia things you can do. And I'm not hating, the first thing I want to say is I'm not hating on consoles at all. I love PS3. I used to be a massive PS3 fanboy. And I like Xbox as well. I have no qualms with Xbox. Consoles, for their cost, are great things. But what I might try to explain is that the extra cost for PC makes it worthwhile in terms of what more you can do with a PC. Everything I'm doing here for you, I'm playing this video game, I'm recording this video game, I'm editing this video down, I'm recording my voice, I'm putting it on YouTube. It was all done from the one PC. Now, obviously, you can't argue that you could do that on on console. So it's these kind of things that make the PC, it may cost more, but also, you get a lot more bang for your buck. Another thing you got to think about is, in terms of a console, once the next generation console comes out, when the PlayStation 4 comes out, for example, the PlayStation 3 will be completely, obsolete. There'll be nothing you can do with it in terms of upgrading it. You can obviously keep playing it. I have no problems with continue playing your PlayStation 3, but you will not be able to play a PlayStation 4 game or anything like that with your PS3. Now, with PC, the initial outlay may cost more, of course, like £600 or so, but then once your graphic card becomes out of date or something, it's not that expensive to replace them. I did this recently. I have a 560 Ti, I have the single one, and I wanted to play Battlefield at a higher frames per second, so I just bought another one and SLI'd them, and now I'm playing this in Ultra at about 110 to 120 frames per second. So to upgrade that only cost me about £200 more. Now, when the next generation PS3 console or PS4 console comes out, it will cost you £600–700 to upgrade to the next gen console. So you've got to think about it in the long term, that consoles will cost you more in terms of upgrading than a PC will, apart from the initial outlay. So in terms of cost, that's the first thing I'd like to say in this video, that PC gaming, it's not as bad as it seems, and I would highly recommend building a computer yourself if you are thinking about PC gaming. And there's hundreds of videos out there to help you do that kind of thing. So if you are interested in becoming a PC gamer, my first piece of advice in this video is build your own computer. Now, I hope you've enjoyed this video, guys, and I'll be putting up more kind of PC gaming videos soon, so stay tuned. And I'll be picking the winners of the Limbo competition pretty soon, so stay tuned for that. And also, if you're interested in watching me shit myself, check out this video here. And thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you soon.
She screamed like a girl. Oh my god!